Guys, 40 years. This is amazing. But listen, it's not enough. It's not enough. I think we should bring more people out for a quick photo. What do you guys think? I just want to make some noise for Mr. Huey Lewis.
How's it work? And so can I have a memory of the premiere in go?
Did you go to the premiere of the movie Back to the Future? I would expect that also. I don't feel that much. Listen, the 80s were a wild time. You might not remember those things. I get before the movie was really great, word of mouth started coming out. Absolutely. We were this little movie in the car, and a nice little time travel movie. But the big movie from Amblin Entertainment, Steven Spielberg's company, was Goonies. Well, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. Not the Goonies that are Back to the Future. Goonies are fine movie. They like
Pirate shit.
The Goonies was the big movie. But as time went on, during the editing process, Back to the Future started to get its own momentum. Absolutely started building. We were saying, this is really good. This is really wow. So we went to the night before the premiere was the cast and crew screening at the Academy, College of Picture Arts and Sciences. So I go in there, I'm from Philadelphia, okay? I hadn't been in movies or anything. I was on a couple of TV shows and commercials. I introduced the concept of biscuits at Kentucky Fried Chicken. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's right. You're welcome. Enjoy the biscuits. So we come in there. It's a theater, a movie theater, with gigantic Oscar statuettes that frame the movie screen, and all sorts of directors and producers were there, all kind of Hollywood, right? The Hollywood power brokers. Anyway, they played the movie, and the place went crazy. Since that night, I had never seen a Hollywood, inside Hollywood screen go like this. The ovation lasted like 5 minutes. Absolutely. They applauded like a standing ovation, the entire credit roll. People are reaching over, these big famous people. I'm from Philadelphia. I go, oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. And there was just an electricity to it that I think we all hoped, we thought it was good, right? We did our best. But nobody knows how a movie's actually going to be received. So when people went crazy, it was really quite something. That's awesome. And it opened big. It makes some noise for that, y'all. Did over $155 million that year. Beat Rambo. And totally beat Rambo. Which is absolutely amazing. But considering that, so obviously, like you said, you didn't know that this was going to be something. But when did you guys know that it was a breakout hit? What sort of word of mouth were you guys hearing to know that this was absolutely a smash movie?
I think that reporters over, there's tons of reporters over like that. When we hear from them, we can come back, and they wait till you're back. They were in the top corner in the documentary. When it says this is something like that, they would like trip over the song and it was really good to see. Amazing. And I had this TV show and popular, and it was, I just and she's really good to show like it was a good night. This was insane, it's a whole other level. You're television, they can see in their bedroom and they see if you crack their gas and grow and then they, you see that they folks, you see their lives, and they know you, and you're like, Alex, when you're in a movie, you're 3 feet tall, and you're in a place in a church with other people, and they're flying and looking up at you, and it's all the same. Now you're down like, I was just reading this TV star, moms, grabbed me by the seat, to where I was like, all of a sudden, like this genie, people went crazy. That's strange. A whole lot changed. A whole other level of recognition, opinion, and attention. So it took me a while to get used to it. I'm still not used to it. But keep all that animation aside.
Now, this movie has a little bit of something from everything in it, right? You got some romance, you got some action, some sci-fi. Do you think that's part of the reason why it has maintained such a strong fan base for the last 40 years?
I mean, the story, everybody thinks about time travel. I mean, before time travel became a reality, people would think, wow, if I could go to this year or go to that part of the universe, time travel, or go back to the past and relive some moment in the past. You know, the Civil War, the Egyptian Empire out. And suddenly here's a movie where you can do that in your imaginations. So it was like a kind of a gift. So I think that, and then it's a family story.
Absolutely.
You know? I call it parents, brother, and all that. And I thought it all up.
I love it. This one is good. Now, we know that Marty, from his perspective, this movie is literally about, finding a way to kind of fix what you think is wrong with your parents, right? That's what Marty's thinking. Something's wrong with my parents. But I'm curious, for the other two, especially from this point of view, what is Back to the Future actually about? It's about this character, something wonderful yet misunderstood, incredibly good-looking young man into a very, very successful, incredibly good-looking old man with them. But Back to the Future, it's difficult to put into words because people try to put into their words when they're talking to me, right, about what the movie is, what it meant to them. Because the weird thing is, it checks every box. It checks every box for everybody in different ways, because it is a wonderful story about Doc and Marty. It's a wonderful story about getting your courage up. It's a story about George McFly telling Biff that very important thing, one of the very big fulcrum points of the movie. No, Biff, you leave her alone. Because everyone has felt something like that and felt that thing where you need to stand up for yourself or even more importantly, someone else. So it checks so many boxes, you can't put it into a box. And also, I think culturally it happened in an unusual time, that you have a great movie, that's right, that also happened right at the beginning of cable television, of VHS tapes, right at the beginning of, I like that so much that I want to watch it again right now. Yes. Before that, it was impossible, and it was an unusual thing in Back to the Future. I mean, we're talking about now 1987 or 88. People would come up to me and say, I've seen it 631 times. because it was so new. People would literally count the numbers of times they've seen the movie. So it's an anomaly, it's a unicorn in the movie.
And it's absolutely beautiful the way that it's in pop culture, where other things reference the majesty of Back to the Future. The Avengers talk about it. Stranger Things showcase it. How cool is it knowing that a Hulk watched Back to the Future in your family? Is that kind of amazing?
The Hulk watched?
Yes, has watched, in the MCU, has watched Back to the Future, and has used it as an argument about how time travel works.
Didn't the Hulk learn how to read that?
Yes. Agree.
I just really just word on that. Look at the Hulk. Did he Hulk? That's a word.
There's so many. I watched a movie, I forget what it was called, about a bunch of kids making a band in the 80s in England. And I mean, Back to the Future was one of the themes throughout the movie. Of course. It was.
It's a good reference to Back to the Future. And people say it all the time, Trump, Back to the Future. Like, what are stuff was in it? But all this reference to it. What I think is cool, but I think it's about movies. Like when I was a kid, I loved visuals. When I was a kid, like back in the 60s and 70s, yes and now, there would, like, I mean, I would visualize beyond once a year, like Christmas time. That was it. I saw it every Christmas, and you can watch it another time, you rewind it, before you rent it. Beyond that, Sunday, you can be everywhere. That was it. Beyond that, you can see it. When I see it, I see it every time I work in flying movie. And somehow I saw it during the time that I found it. Or how I can sort of bring in my head. But like Tom said, you watch it a million times. You just watch it over and over again. But I'm coming to my own way of being flying movie. And I've been part of that kind of storytelling.
How many people come up to me now and say, I don't mean to insult your business sound bad, but I go to sleep playing Back to the Future. They do, because they find it so comforting. It's like being on mom's sofa with a bowl of macaroni and cheese back in the 80s, and they're like, I just love it so much and it comforts me that it helps me go to sleep. It's like a peaceful song in my life. It's amazing.
How many of you guys did that this week? Literally go to sleep to it. It's home. It's absolutely home. I think another thing that's amazing about this franchise is music and its involvement in it. We had Jimmy Lewis up here, and yeah, basically most of the people do this. Junior was up here, Tucker's cousin, Mark, absolutely amazing. But considering like the range of music in this series, we had pop rock, we had metal, all these different types of music. What is your favorite style of music? Chris, what is your favorite style of music?
Favorite style of
Music.
I grew up all on CD growing up with classical music, love it, and I haven't changed my mind. That's something I listen to for long. But I grew up with it being prevalent as an adolescent, and I got older, so that's my